Hi guys, glad to have you on board again today. Couldn't make an update yesterday, as you know why. Still have my baby boy home and it's been taking quite a lot of time to me and is my top priority, of course. So the market comes right after this, and as I have quite some times right now to do this, I'll try to make an update, quick update today. So don't mind me if I don't cover up all the assets. I'll try to do my best. Anytime it's going to cry, I'll have to move away. So let's get it started regarding the Bitcoin first. From what we've been saying on Monday, I said first warning will be to break down the low of a daily candle, which we've been doing today. It means that at some point we must not make a bearish engulfing pattern, which means today's candle obviously has to close above yesterday's low, and the best case scenario will be to have something like what we have currently, which means having a lower shadow candle, which will be kind of a signal to continuate in the ongoing trend, which means tomorrow we'll probably have a break up of the highs we've made recently, reaching out to the validation level and eventually triggering some bullish reinforcements. We'll see about that, but for now there's nothing to worry about. We have bullish momentum and the price might be very well doing the same. It's what I'll try to figure out. So if we have some bearish reactivation, it is not good at all. Not good at all. I mean, big risk, and probably I'll have to lower the leverage, not to say I'll probably have to exit the bullish positions. But as long as we keep it that way, I think we have nothing to worry about. So closing like that today will be the best case scenario for a bullish day tomorrow, to reach out to the resistance level and see if we can manage to break those up. Momentum is bullish, which means if it's forecasting what the price should do, then at some point we should have a breakup of that level. If we fail, it means that we've been retracing in a bearish channel. So let's set things straight. If for some reasons this is what we have, bullish momentum versus bearish prices, if the prices are failing again and getting back to the mid channel, I think at some point it's absolutely necessary to exit the bullish positions and eventually considering returning to the bearish trend. Because at that point, if this is what we have, if we're going down there once again and breaking down the bullish trend line, probably is going to mean that the price will go there and then fall apart and break down the consolidation channel. So that will be the worst case scenario, and if that's what's about to come, then at that point we're going to reach out to the lower boundaries of the big major daily trend channel. Okay, so what the hell, it's been moving. So this is how it is. Okay, this is how we're still oscillating near the mid-price channel of the daily big channel. So option number one, we extract to the upside and don't go there again until we reach out to the upper part, which we try to find some selling entries. Second options, we fail in here and we'll have to extract from the downside, reaching out to the bottom part of that trend channel. At the current time, the levels are right in the expected price area for a buy and hold scenario. So don't be surprised if for some reasons we're going to the downside. I wouldn't necessarily be surprised. I mean, we didn't be bearish trend on the weekly charts, so that wouldn't be abnormal to have a market restoring bearish strength at that point. We're below resistance, so this is where the technical cluster is at play right now. So we're in a big technical cluster in H2 time frame. From what you can see, the indicators are not showing any signs of weaknesses. All we have is just blue in here. It's all blue, just to set things straight. And we also had bullish cycle in here, just right below the validation. Let me change that. So we've got bullish confirmation. So I think everything is blue, and everything suggests we should have one more bullish impulse forthcoming. So we've been validating that trade. I think it's good. We've been testing that resistance perfectly. Next step is to break that up. And I think once we've broken that up, we've got no more resistances to take care of. Tiny one in here, 6,700, just right there, could be a resistance. So we need to take care. We need to be aware of this one. But I don't see this as a big danger. So what could be dangerous is if the market is just going there and failing and then breaking the support. We've just built a support in here. Double bullish signal. We've got divergent out of a bullish target. with the blue triangle, which means in here we found some bullish support. If we go there, fail the resistance, and then break the support, I mean, at that point, we'll have to exit the bullish position, no questions asked. That would be too much risk for the market to reverse bearish. Okay, so beware of this. As long as we're in here, I see no problems to keep on going. I have that channel, which is, to me, the most viable one. It's Andrew's pitchfork. We've been using in there out of the 3 previous bottoms, and I think as long as we stay in there, it's good for us. And now what I'd like to see is going there, breaking up the 50% and reaching out to the upper boundaries of that channel, which gives us the target number 1. So I highly think that this is where we're heading toward to. So it's buy to me and hold until we get in there, where I'll take probably at least 50% profit, not to say probably the entire profits, just to let the price bearishly reverse for a couple bearish impulses, and then I'll buy again to go for the C point if that's what the market is about to do. So for now, still speculative. I think no. The speculation area is done. This is where we've been speculating. Now we are bullish. And let's set things straight. Things are good for the bulls right now. We all need to keep on going to the upside. So it's just watching for potential bearish reversal, but keep it going. I don't see that much of a risk right now regarding the bullish movements. Okay. Same thing goes for Ethereum and IOTA. Nothing else to add. IOTA is definitely the strongest in here. As you can see, we're already back to the resistance for IOTA. We've been clearly a nice bullish breakout, reaching out to the target perfectly, reaching out to the resistance level I've been highlighting. I think that next bullish impulse is going to break it up, and we'll see how far we can go. We've got a tiny resistance. Let me just update the things. We've got tiny resistance in here. We've got another one ongoing there, another one here, and probably this one, but not necessarily going to be. This one equals the one we have on Bitcoin. So would be danger to see IOTA failing in here and Bitcoin failing on the next resistance. If we somehow add this, I think that will be where the bears could try to play their game back in here. And that would not be a good sign for us. Okay, so that will be a risk in the scenario, and this is something that we need to extract bearish at the end. As I said, the only solution to go bearish would be to go there and then breaking down that support. If we're just going there and flushing for a bit, ranging a bit, and then going up, no reasons to go bearish. Okay, it's just that if we fail here and break down this, that could be a danger. So IOTA, normally we should flush this up and get to the next resistance area. I mean, the next bullish impulse to me should get at least there, or eventually right up there. We'll see how deep we can retrace. I really have no clues, but all I know is that I'm going to watch out for the signals we might have in here. But if you search for bearish risk, this is not in IOTA that you want to search those. IOTA is definitely the biggest, definitely the strongest. So this is not where you will search for weaknesses. You'll search for weaknesses into the Bitcoin and look for strength into IOTA. Okay, that's how you do it. EOS might be interesting, but I'm already buying those 3, so I'm not taking care of EOS right now. That's it for the cryptocurrencies. Now moving on, the next scenario I'd like to see triggering is this one. We're right into the expected bullish area. I've got one final support to eventually get to test down here, but it really is, I mean, 0.26% for 10-year yields in the German economy. It's showing some weaknesses recently, dangerous weaknesses. So I don't really see how we could go down there, especially with the fact that this is the blue area in which I was forecasting to take bullish entries. And from what I can see, we already have what we need. Sorry about that. This is support area. So this is where I think we can eventually raise the invalidation level below 2. Because we just got a new double bullish signal. It's a squeezing momentum, which means it's impossible to trade aggressively right now. But I think any bullish breakout, so let's set things straight. Okay, I'm going to simply apply the strategy right here. Look at what you have. You've got the taking profit pattern not confirmed by the momentum. Right here, you just got momentum confirmation right with the blue triangle. So this is where you've got support. But as this is a taking profit pattern, you know the market can go slightly lower. Okay, so you wait either for the market to break a resistance to confirm the squeezing extraction to the bullish side, or you wait for one more bearish impulse to go just right there and you just buy 0.26% at the level with a very tight stop in here. And what you want to see is the market trying to extract by the downside of that squeezing, making a trap, and then brutally reversing to the upside. This is what I'd like to see. The next, the previous bearish signal is right here, which means if we break that up, it's the confirmation. So validation is right here. If the price is reaching out to the previous resistance, I think we can consider that scenario validated. So for those who like risk, you can buy right now, but be aware that the stop loss needs to be there and the validation is here. It's a 1-to-1 ratio between stop and validation. For those who rather like to be patient, I really recommend to wait for the price to break up that resistance to pay upon breakout. Stop loss needs to be in the exact same price, but you might be able to catch up a better price if you wait for the price to test 0.26, in which I think the bunds will be really free to buy or free to sell. I mean, buying yields equals selling the bunds. So this is what I'll be doing. So just to set things straight, this is a price I will obviously buy, no questions asked. Okay, I'll make a buying entry here with a very tight stop losses. It's kind of a free trade right here. I mean, if we go there, I see no reasons to have a buyback right after this. So that's it for the yields. Regarding the VIX, I'm still in that thing. We are now trying to oscillate, but the previous resistance is now a support. And as you can see, the market fails to break that up. We've got double bullish signal on the row. I think we're going to break up a resistance right now. We've got no signs of resistance in here. It's just random bearish cycles. So I expect the price to go higher than that. Minimum is 21, which is the starting point of the bearish manipulation. And if things go dirty, there's no reason we cannot get to 31. So as I said, it's 21. If there is a signal, I'll take the gains in the VIX. If there is no such signal and we keep on pushing up, I think we can go all the way up to 31 without a problem. That will be just normal. After a month of bearish manipulation on the VIX, things could simply go not well and go dirty down the road. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm still basically wait and see right now, but definitely a buyer of that market. Regarding the junk bonds, big danger out there. Let's set things straight. We've been breaking down the support, so it's not good. Not to say it's the worst case scenario. We've got bearish breakdown on the junk bonds, which means, from what I can see, stock market cannot survive this. I don't see any reason for the stock market not to fall apart with junk bonds sold. I mean, if the investors are selling risk, they will sell equities as well. Not just cover for the risk, they will sell equities. And if we're selling in a market that has no buyer, you know how things goes. Means high valuated assets like Tesla and all those shits will be heavily sold and will be crashed down. So we'll see how it goes. We'll talk about those slightly later. So same thing, still going down. We've been trying to make a lower shadow candle, but we failed it with another bearish close the day right after. So there's no support on the Shanghai Composite. Nothing with the Hang Seng, still going down, and there's no support. We've been reaching to first target, but I don't want to take partial profits here. I think we go lower than that. GPN's going down as well. FTSE is returning to bearishness. I mean, once again in here, we're oscillating, preparing for a nice and sweet fifth bearish impulse. Same thing, I think, for the NASDAQ. We're working this out, but NASDAQ is probably going to crash. For many reasons, I think that we're going to break down those major supports, probably reaching out to that area in here. So it means NASDAQ is probably going to take a 20% drop. Not the big of a deal. Once again, failing 20% out of a market top is entering possible bear market territory. But that's it. It doesn't mean we're into bear market. Bear market is minus 30% at least, which means right here everyone's going to panic. But I see no reason for them to panic, which means if we go there, just build that trend channel. Okay, let's set things straight. This is how we're going to get the target. Okay, you take the previous highs down to the previous low, which gives you a trend channel. Okay, we'll probably try to get to the bottom line first, trying to find some support in here, and then breaking it down, which will give you perfectly the target I was expecting. 61% retracement, not that big of a deal. That's a big support, and I think we're going to go right there. I mean, that entire big support area, this is, I think, where we can eventually buy again the Nasdaq. But I'm selling this, no questions asked. I'm a seller of that market. I'm just waiting. Look at this. I mean, this is clearly first bearish impulse, second wave, flat consolidation, third wave coming along, and then we're probably going to have 3 to 4 wave overlapping, and then the market is going to collapse in a nice fifth bearish impulse. Going to be a V-bottom. It's always like that when you go down to a crashing market. First we go down, everyone think we're still bullish, then we destroy the bullish sentiment. Market is pulling back just one more time, and then everyone is selling, and that shit is going down the road. So that's it for the equities. Still trading this to me, eyes closed. As long as I haven't been proven wrong, I think this market is about to collapse. Not end of the world kind of collapse, but brutal reversal on the market, not forecasted by most of the traders. They all think we're bullish, and I think that if everyone switched to bearish in the same time, this is what would trigger very nasty price action. But once again, still a scenario. I'm not a visionary. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is that we're having heavy risks, with today being a holiday in the US sector, which means regarding the session we've been doing yesterday, risk is often on the table. So we'll see how it goes, but investors definitely show some risk in here, sense some risk, and getting into safer areas. We're going to talk about the gold and things like that right after. Having a look at the equities themselves, Tesla, I mean, this thing is literally falling apart, and that's not to disappoint me. That's exactly what I was expecting. The market is falling apart. Minus 7% yesterday, very great deal. I've been selling this one at a perfect shot. I'm not reinforcing right now, but I think this is going to keep on falling apart. So I just let it go. Same thing goes for Apple. I think Apple is in great danger and probably is going to gap down tomorrow and probably open below that low and is going to be sold right away. Let's set things straight into our chart time frame. We've got a clear double bearish signal, which means I've been reinforcing yesterday right before the close. Not that big of a reinforcement, but taking some more bearish contracts on that asset. Still having Facebook in the portfolio as well. This one very showing a lot of weaknesses. I mean, this one's probably going to open right here as well tomorrow. So I expect a down gap right below the support and the market to keep on falling afterwards. So I see some very dangerous price action today, leading us to a very nasty open tomorrow. Sorry, I'm going to have to take care of the baby boy, so I just finish really quick. Same thing goes for NVIDIA and everything, you know, so all the scenarios in place. I'll keep on going. All right, and of course, just to set things straight, I'm going to finish and get to my baby boy. So buying gold, buying silver are the latest two scenarios I have ongoing right now. I'm going to leave you on that. Wish you a good day. Not necessarily going to make an update tomorrow. If I can, I'll do it. Otherwise, probably one last in Friday just to close the week and see what the weekly candle close could look like. Goodbye, guys, and see you later. Wish you good trades.